Welcome to a new segment, the weekly affirmation. So in this category, we will be talking about affirmations. So affirmations, we use them to clear our brain, to reset the connections, to reset our belief system. However, this very belief system that we have tend to obstruct the process. Basically, the affirmations don't work. So we're going to tackle that. So in this section, we're going to do 3 things. 1, we're going to come up with an affirmation. I will do that. And 2, I have 2 questions that accompany that particular affirmation that we can ask and tackle. We have to answer that honestly in order for the affirmation to work and for our belief system to settle down. And then thirdly, we are going to write it down, the answers to that particular questions. We're going to write it down. This you can do privately. I'm also joining the journey, so I'm going to be writing it down in my journal. You can also do the same. If you have a journal, write it down. If you don't have a journal, you can also use, Microsoft Word in your laptop or something, phone, your Samsung Note, whatever, Apple Note. Just write it down. Because sometimes we're in situations that just overwhelm us and we tend to forget who we are, why we're doing things, what motivates us. However, if we have it written down somewhere, we can go back and remind ourselves. That's the reason why I'm all for writing it down. But also, you can just have it in your head, and that's fine if that works for you. If you like, you can also write it in the comments, but that's not a must. You don't need to share your answers. You just have to know it for yourself, okay? So, the first aspect, let's get to it. That's the affirmation. The affirmation for this week is basically, I am a believer of my truth. Okay? We're going to say that 3 times. So get into a comfortable position and take a deep breath. Hold. Release. Once you feel ready, you can say it out loud. You can pause the video or you can say it right now with me, okay? I am a believer of my truth. I am a believer of my truth. I am a believer of my truth. How did that feel for you guys? That one you can share. Please share because I would like to know how it feels for you guys. Please share in the comments. And if after saying that, immediately you have doubts coming up, that's okay, because we're moving directly to the second aspect of this segment, and that is the questions. So I came up with 2 questions, okay? One is, what is your truth? And the other is, are you defining your truth, or is your circumstances or other settings? Oh, I misread that. Okay, let's start again. The second question is, are you defining your truth, or is your circumstances or others defining it for you? Take a minute with those questions and genuinely ask yourself, what is your truth? Are you defining your truth, or is your circumstances doing that for you or other people? Once you find the answers to those questions, you can truly say, I am a believer of my truth, and that will resonate with your whole being. Because your truth, to be honest, your truth is not based on your bodily manifestation. No. We are a spiritual being. We are much larger than the way we appear. And our truth is also not based in our circumstances. It's not based on our habits. It's also not based on our traumas and wounds. No. We have a core deep within. Before all the happened, it already existed. And it connects us with something bigger than us. So when we talk about who we are, we talk about our truth. We should not place it on our circumstances. We should not place it on our trauma. We should not place it on the things that happened to us. No, because that's not our truth. That's a narrative that we tell ourselves in order for us to, to operate in this world. Because the world that we live in, it tries to put us in boxes. And at times it does. It succeeds in putting us in boxes. This is to make it easy for others to understand and to get us. And is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? It's okay to be understood. But our truth doesn't die or doesn't shrink because of that. Our truth always remains in its same core, which is huge. So therefore, even if the world around you is telling you something else, you always have to know your own truth. You always have to be in awareness of your own truth. You cannot forget your truth. I believe once we define that, what is our truth, we define what that is, and define if we are the ones setting that, defining our truth, or if it's being done by someone else. Once we have that done, we can truly say, I am a believer of my truth, and that will resonate with our whole being. So try that. Now, feel free to write it down, try to answer the question, or you can do it later if you want. And write in the comment and tell me how long it took you to write, how long it took you to come up with that reply in the first place, and how long it took you to write it down, because sometimes we need to go deeper, we need to go inwards, to get a genuine answer. So yeah, feel free to write in the comment and tell me how it was for you. Until next time, bye. So what is my truth? My truth is that I'm a spiritual being having a human experience in order to experience life from many perspectives. I exist in time and outside of time. I am a spiritual being, a product of the divine. I carry a spark of the divine. Therefore, I am an expression of the divine. So the second question I wrote, my truth is defined by me, and the divine is guiding me.